Hello and welcome to the Kellenberger Library's Level of Evidence video series for nursing students. This is part 1, Identifying Search Terms. This tutorial is intended to help you search for and identify useful academic resources in response to a PICO question. This process is called research and takes place in stages. In the first stage, we'll see how to transform the pieces, the P, the I, C, and O of a PICO question into forms that make it easier to search library databases. The second stage shows how to use a particular library tool, called Primo, to build the pieces together to research the whole PICO question. The third stage talks about how to search for levels of evidence and identify useful items in search results in order to complete your research process successfully. These tutorials assume that you have a working knowledge of what a PICO question is. This slide highlights the pieces of the PICO question for us: the problem or population, the intervention, the comparison, and the outcome. For these tutorials, we're going to use this PICO question: does hand washing among healthcare workers reduce hospital-acquired infection? This slide highlights the pieces of the PICO question for us. As the included tip shows, it would be most fruitful for us to concentrate on the problem and the intervention pieces for our initial research. Primo is the library's tool that allows us to search all of our databases at the same time, including gold standard medical and nursing databases like CINAHL, Medline, and Psych articles. The advantage of using Primo for these searches is twofold. One, it's a single search for all databases, and two, Primo knows how to track down references between databases to bring you more results for your searches with less effort. The search instructions given in these tutorials can be followed in the CINAHL search interface in particular, although you will see fewer results. CINAHL and tutorials for CINAHL can be found on the library's Search Resources page on MyNCU. Scroll down, find CINAHL, and the tutorials here. Let's use the first piece, the problem, in this PICO question. What we need to do in order for our searches to be successful is to move from the plain English word hand washing into the sort of standardized language that practitioners in the field might use. To do this, we're going to visit the database called PubMed. This database provides a few different resources that we can make use of for our search. PubMed provides what is called indexing and abstracting for a vast array of articles published in medicine-related journals from all over the world. It does not contain the full text of the articles themselves, only information about the articles. The information includes authors, article titles, information about the journal in which the article was published, and the abstract for the article. PubMed also includes information regarding what the article is about in the form of subject headings. That is, for each PubMed article, somebody has read the article and said, in effect, this article is about these concepts. The concepts that articles may be about are drawn together into a formalized scheme that we can search with the understanding that we can find all of the articles in PubMed that are about that concept. The second thing that PubMed provides that is really useful is an automated tool that helps us move from plain language toward the subject headings so that we don't have to know those in advance. At this stage of our search, we're not going to rely on PubMed for finding articles, but only for identifying useful search terms. We're going to take our plain language search term, type it into PubMed's search box, and perform the search. Hand washing is our search term. We're going to type it into the box, click the search button, and we begin to see the list of results that have the word hand washing in them somewhere. Right now, we're only going to look at something called the search details box, which is further down the page over here. In this box, we don't need to know the intricate details of the search. We're just looking for terms we didn't type in. For hand washing, PubMed also suggests hand disinfection mesh terms. This means that this is an identified concept that practitioners and researchers will use when writing papers. For building your search later, note down all of these variations, but not the items in brackets or the connecting terms. For this example, we see that the only terms we need to note are hand disinfection and hand washing, which we typed in. There are no other terms than those two here. We will also use our knowledge of English to use the phrase hand washing as two words in our search. As an exercise, try searching PubMed for the problem in our PICO, hospital-acquired infection to see what the search details box will show you. Scroll down to the search results again. Note the different terms that appear here, like cross-infection, to use them for searching in PRIMO. The next video in this series will show how to build searches in PRIMO.